So now to understand this a little bit clearly, Buddha gives this teachings. He says, what is actually that entrapment by the power of your father and your mother? What has it trapped through that energy? What has actually brought forth is
desire,
the consciousness, the I, the mind that is trapped. So how tiny is your mind that your father's power and your mother's power actually were able to trap it? This way, and then it actually, in the due course of 9 months, and then when you were born, there's a stream within that. The stream that was actually caught by the father's and the mother's power, that comes through, and then that power, that father and mother's power, however big or small it is, now turns out to be this huge, now fully developed body like that. And then, just like the seed, from the moment it went into the ground, there's a stages coming up, but there is a stream within that. So the seed becoming sprout, the sprout becoming stem, stem becoming leaf, leaf becoming bird, and like that. The seed is not the sprout, because when the seed was there, there was no sprout. The sprout cannot be seed, because vice versa. They were never there at one time. But still we feel that there is a stream of its being, that the seed became a sprout like that. And again, like that, within our being, we were a baby, and then we became toddler. Then we became a young person, and a teenager, and like that. We went like that. But if you really look like that, this is the same way. But again within that, although we are not, but there is a stream that we have been carrying, thinking that I was Sonam when I was a little boy. My mother and father named me Sonam. And I'm Sonam here now. And that's Sonam that I have actually been carrying all through this time. Where is that Sonam actually? Where is that I? So Buddha goes on to say that. Where is that Sonam? That Sonam is the notion that I think I am Sonam. I. And I have cherished that notion of I. Although it's not there, but I want happiness. I don't want suffering. This is how I actually go on. This is my habit. This is the habit of all beings. That I want to experience something better, and I don't want to experience anything bad. So like that. This is how I actually go on. So like this. This notion of clinging to I. This notion of clinging to I is given an example that a person comes into a room, a dark room. There is no light, there is no window, everything is sealed, a dark room, there is no light, anything. And stumbles up in some kind of cord, and then thinks that, oh, there's a snake in here. And then that fear is started from there. Oh, there's a snake in this room. But there's no way for you to live out once you enter in this room. So that notion of clinging to that I is like clinging to the rope in the dark as a snake. So, then we have this fear that, oh, maybe the snake will come and bite me. Or when you are trying to rise on yourself, trying to set yourself high, and you think that, oh, maybe now the snake might not reach me and I'm safe like that. This is how you actually think like that. As long as you live in that darkness of believing in I, you're bound to, bound to suffer, bound to experience that, bound to experience that fear and hope and all of those like that. When you turn on the light, then you actually see that the I was never there. It was just a rope. Or that snake was not there. It was just a rope. The moment you see the rope, the instant that you're grasping onto that rope as snake, and then the fear dissolving at that moment happens simultaneously. All at once. Likewise, now here at this point, we have been carrying this notion, even if you don't believe life before, just think that I formed this habit of I. Every day we actually make this I stronger. We get attached to our body and we don't want to die because we cling in this way like that. But we never actually care to see where this I actually is. We never examine that I. But we believe in that I, although we never have really looked inside where that I is. But we believe so strongly that there is I. So this is called that notion, that belief. And this is what we are actually carrying, so like that. And this is not just the first lifetime that we actually have. This is the same manner that we are actually, carrying on every lifetime. And that actually, not knowing that reality of that I is not existing, is what is called ignorance. That is the seed that we have. Because that seed is there, and that seed actually undergoing all this condition, comes forth and brings forth this birth of ours. So this is what Buddha actually says as the truth of suffering and the origination of suffering. So in samsara, if you were to see samsara or cyclic existence, one serves as the fruit and the other serves as the cause or as the seed.